Please do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that is new. Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click the like button to help spread word about Watchjojo animals, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. After this pit bull was thrown from a truck in a terrible crash, rescuers rushed to help him. When emergency services arrived at the scene of a horrific crash, what they found would have probably shocked them to the core. On the road laid an injured dog who'd been thrown from the wreckage. As a result, the team embarked on an epic rescue mission in a bid to save the animal's life. In December 2015, the Chester Fire Department in New Hampshire responded to an accident. It was a motorcar collision involving a drunk driver who had crashed into a tree. However, they weren't the only rider in the car. When police arrived at the scene, they found a pit bull strewn across the road. It appears the dog was thrown from the vehicle in this horrific-looking crash. The driver fled on foot, Police Chief Aaron Berube told the Dodo in May 2017. Upon closer inspection, officers found the dog was still alive, but only just. So they rushed him to advanced veterinary care in Manchester, NH. When they got there, they handed him over to Dr. Deborah Kellaway, the surgery's owner. But things didn't look good for the dog. He was clinging to life. Air was leaking from one of his lungs into his chest, Kellaway later recalled. His hip was dislocated. He was in shock. He was bleeding internally. Veterinary staff decided to name the dog Jacob. They began working around the clock to save his life. As a result, all through the night they pressed out the air from his chest and they managed to stop him from bleeding. Thanks to their efforts, they were somehow able to snatch Jacob back from death's door. "We went to work as fast as we could," Kellaway explained to the Dodo. "Miraculously, we saved him." However, Jacob still had a difficult road to recovery ahead of him. Indeed, he had a broken hip that would require 2 surgeries. Only then would he be able to stand and walk without agonising pain. As a result, Jacob was looking at a lengthy stay in the animal hospital. So, to make matters easier, the police requested ownership of the dog. When the courts granted it, police gave him to All Better Pets, the animal rescue centre within the animal hospital. However, the cost of Jacob's treatment alone was enough to cripple the animal welfare organisation. As a result, local fire and police crews helped to raise thousands of dollars towards his care. It was something that they saw as their duty. It was the right thing to do. "We had plenty of support in the community," Berube revealed. "It's nice he has a second chance." The money enabled the animal hospital to conduct the vital hip surgery Jacob needed. But no sooner was that problem fixed that the dog's carers encountered another. "He was a wild child and would charge at other dogs and growl and bark at them," Kellaway explained. "He was calm before because he was so injured. We found out he had no manners. He was out of control. It was like a rodeo, trying to get a leash on him." As a result, staff embarked on a strict training regime with Jacob. Luckily, he was soon able to transform his bad habits into good ones. Now, they were sure he would be able to make someone the perfect pet. In the meantime, police held the driver at the helm of Jacob's crash on a $25,000 bail. Cops had found the suspect, Paul Cram, hiding in a field following the collision. Authorities later charged him on a number of counts, including drink driving and animal cruelty. Jacob, on the other hand, was now doing his utmost to put his past behind him. But although he was now the model doggy, he was still homeless. Indeed, in February 2017, over a year after his accident, Jacob was still living at All Better Pets. As a result, in a bid to boost Jacob's profile, Kellaway's daughter created a video documenting the dog's inspirational journey. However, the emotional clip failed to work, so Jacob remained at the shelter awaiting his forever home. But just when it looked like he might never catch a break, something wonderful happened. Jacob managed to win over a member of staff at the clinic. Her name was Jamie Watchjojo, and she'd been snuggling up to Jacob for months. He would whine all night to get into the sleeping quarter. I'd finally let him in. Apparently, human beds are better than dog beds, and he had a really nice dog bed. "He'd much rather be in snuggling with you under the covers," Watchjojo said. So eventually, Watchjojo decided that Jacob would make the perfect snuggle buddy at home too. She adopted him, and it didn't take long for the dog to settle in. The first night, Jacob poured at our covers. My husband didn't know what to do, I said. Just lift up the covers, she revealed. Now Wojcicki and her family's love had managed to put Jacob back together again. He was pretty broken, Wojcicki admitted. It's amazing how well he gets around now. He acts like none of it ever happened. My entire family loves him.
Please don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that's new.